We are going to be completing the BandLab Knowledge assignment together right now. So the first thing you're going to need to do is find the BandLab Knowledge assignment on My MCPS Classroom. And it says you will first need to download the worksheet by clicking on the following link. So you're going to click on the link where it says bandlabknowledge.pdf. And it's not going to open if you do that, but it is going to automatically put it in your downloads folder on your computer. Then what we're supposed to do is open the assignment in Kami and fill in the answers. So after you've just clicked that blue link, all you're going to do next is open it in Kami. So I'm going to open a new tab. And then I'm going to go to my puzzle piece here, which is my extensions. And remember, your Kami button is either going to be on this extensions list or it's just going to be over here in the top right-hand corner of your screen. And it's a blue circle with a white K. So make sure you find the blue circle with a white K and then click on it. And since we already downloaded the worksheet to our computer, we're going to open it from our computer. So if I go here and then I look in my downloads folder, I'm looking for, it was called bandlabknowledge.pdf. So I'm looking for bandlabknowledge.pdf in my downloads folder. There it is. Now I'm going to open it. And it says, type your answers in the yellow boxes using the text box tool on Kami. So I'm going to select the text box tool here. The first question says, what button do I click to turn in my assignment on BandLab? Well, if I was a student on BandLab, I would have one more button than what I have right now. There would be a green submit button in the top right-hand corner near that save button. So in that first yellow box, we're going to say the green submit button. Is how you turn in your assignment. Then it says, what button do I click to search for loops? Well, that one's really easy. You're literally just going to click loops, which is the same as it is on my screen. You're just going to click on loops. So in that text box, I'm just going to put loops. Now, we've talked about this recently. What does BPM stand for? Well, if I'm looking at my screen here, looking at a BandLab project, you can see that it says 120 BPM in the top here. And we've talked about that BPM is the speed, and another word for that is in music is tempo. So BPM is going to be the speed or the tempo, and it stands for beats per minute. So it's like how many beats do I have in a single minute? So if the number is higher, it's going to sound faster. If the number is lower, it's going to sound slower. So that's going to stand for beats per minute. Question 4 says, what is another word for measure? So we've talked about that each one of these lines here and each one of these numbers tells you a different measure is starting or ending. And we have said another word for measure that we use usually in if you're in a band or if you're doing a project like this, instead of measure, we might say bar. So like measure 1 or bar 1 ends right here where this bar line is, and then measure 2 or bar 2 starts where the bar line is. That's why we call it that, because they start and end with bar lines, so we call them bars. And then my last question, it says, how do I make a loop last longer? Well, I'm just going to put in a random loop here. Remember, if I want to have a loop last longer, right now it's just measure 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I want this loop to last longer, I'm going to click the circle in the top right corner and I'm going to drag it with my mouse. I'm going to click and drag. So you can write your own version of that here, but really all you need to say is click the symbol in the top right corner of the track and drag to the right. Click the symbol in the top right corner of the track and drag to the right. And what you're going to do once you filled in all of your answers is click the save button in the top right corner and then click download after it gives you a couple more options. And it's going to put a new file in the downloads folder on your computer. It'll be called Cami Export. BandLab Knowledge. It'll be called Cami Export BandLab Knowledge. So there's mine in the downloads folder. Then what you're going to do is upload that worksheet to the BandLab Knowledge assignment on My CPS Classroom. And you're done.